Well, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is Thursday, the last Thursday of the month of May. We got some fun things tonight. And oops, let me go over to comments. So I'm assuming everything's good with the sound. So whoever wants to say hi, let me know. But I think we've got it worked out. There's only been a couple occasions where that was determined to be a lie. And yeah, the mic's good up here. So just say hi, whether you're watching on Hey Sue, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. We've got some really cool cards tonight, you guys. Hey Deb, thanks. Awesome. So yeah, just a couple of, hey Carol, couple of quick announcements and then we'll get into it, okay? Because these cards are, like I said, very cool. Bay window cards. First thing, napkin card class. Thanks for everybody that signed up. I've got our order placed right now. Stampin' Up is saying shipping is 3 to 5 days behind. So that's not nearly as bad as it was for the paper share when it was like 12 days behind. Ugh. So I will keep you posted. If there was no shipping delay, when I put that order in, I would have expected it to arrive to me by, at first I thought next Friday, but then I forgot about the holiday, Memorial Day. So it would have been the following Monday, which is like June. Oh, you know what? I'm looking for my calendar from Sue and I can't see it from here. June, whatever, like that first month or first Monday. So it'll probably be Tuesday. But then with some delay. I'll just have to keep you posted. Okay. I can't do the math right now. But that's that. Next thing. So paper sale, they just announced, we saw it yesterday. June is going to be 15% off. They say select paper packs, but I looked at the list. It's all 12 packs, 12 or 13 packs of 12 packs that are in the regular section paper. So like everything that was in the paper share except for the in color ones. And then the Hello Irresistible is part of that. So I'm actually using this tonight. This is the thing that's like online exclusive only. So that's 15% off as well. None of the color family packs are included. So like the in colors, the brights, the subtles, the regals, the neutrals, none of those packs and none of the specialty ones. But like the really cool ones, all our new stuff, Stargazing, Earth and Elegance, Inked and Tiled or something. I like that one. So that is June 1st through the 30th. All right. So just keep that in mind. And then that's that. Okay. So let's get into it. So let's go down here. Boop. Solo layout. All right. So bay window cards. I have seen these around for a while and I thought, oh, that looks like a lot of work. I don't want to figure that out. Well, that was just being lazy because they're really easy. I found a bunch of different measurements and I decided on a girl, Deb Smeek. She had a video and I liked her measurements. So we've got this really teeny tiny edge over here that's going to catch. And that's what makes our bay window. So how cool was that? So it's just a bunch of scoring. We're going to glue this down. So just like you would a book fold, we're going to add this strip is popped up. So we're going to put that under some foam. And then that's all it is. So very cool. But we're going to do 3 different variations tonight because how we cut our papers, we can do different things. So like this one is cut, all these are from the same paper pack. It's the same pattern. All right. And that's what we're going to start off with. But the measurements are going to be the same for all of them. So let's just get on those. So our first, like our cardstock base. And this makes, this is a landscape card. Okay. And that's the other thing. With this cool, hey Marlene, with this kind of cool card, I would only send this to a paper crafter or a card maker, because how do you're going to mail it like this flat. You'd have to put instructions like, oh, just put that right like that. How do you say that? So that's my intention. I'm only going to mail these to people that make cards so they know, Oh, Marlene, awesome. You got it. I didn't think it was going to show up till tomorrow. Sweet. All right, so our card base, we're going to do 4 1/4 by 11. And then I'm going to write down the scoring, and then we're going to go over the scoring. Okay. So we're going to score this at 1/4 inch and then 4 1/2. Then flip it. And when I say flip it, I mean flip it over towards you. All right. Flip and score at 1 1/2, 3 1/4, and 5 1/2. And of course, I'm going to update my blog and have all these measurements on here. But this is for if you want to write it down right now and get to work, you have it. Then we need another piece of cardstock that is the same color as this one, and that's going to be 1 by 4 1/4. And then our designer series papers. All right, there's going to be 3 batches. We're going to cut 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 4. Then we're going to cut 2 pieces that are 1 by 4. And then 1 piece that is 1 1/2 by 4. And then, of course, we'll have a piece for the inside, like the 4 by 5 1/4. All right, so let's put that there. So let me just explain this. So 3/4 by 4, that's these pieces, oops, right here on the sides. Then the 1 by 4, that's these pieces here on the side. The 1 1/2 by 4 is the very middle. All right. So let's do our scoring. Our first one. Oh, I should show you my other one too. So I made that ladybug one first, and I like that. I've got his little wings popped up, or her wings. Then I still had a few scraps of this Butterfly Kisses paper, and I don't know if you can see all the shimmer I've got on that butterfly. That's really not showing up, I don't think. Anywho, bam, I like it. So I took like this decorative punch and then added a circle of, I think this was Granny. No, this is a Parakeet Party. And then I ran it through the basics embossing folder. You only see a little bit of it peeking through, but I think it just adds a little extra. But so this one, all the designer paper the same. This one, I did just the window pieces went in order, and then the sides are different. And so we're going to show you a couple different things. So let's do our first one. We're going to use Flirty Flamingo and the Hello Irresistible papers, right? Is that what it is? I always feel like I'm getting the name wrong. Yep, Hello Irresistible. All right, so I've got my base, 4 1/4 by 11. I've got my 1 by 4 1/4 piece. I've got my designer papers all cut. So this one I'm going to do like the ladybug, where all the panels are going to be the same. Okay. So we've got and I've got them in order. My 3/4 piece, my 1 inch piece, my 1 1/2, my 1, and then my 3/4 again. All right. So let me put these over here out of the way in case people want to see these measurements. And then I've just got some scraps. This will be for the inside and then for my greeting. So let's do our scoring. And I'm going to cover my measurements for a minute. So we're going to start scoring at 4 1/4. I mean, not 4 1/4, 1/4. So a 1/4 inch all the way over here. All right, 1/4 inch and then 4 1/2. Then I want you to flip it over. And this just makes it easier to fold how, we got to fold them in different directions. Now we're going to score at 1 1/2, 3 1/4, and 5 1/2. All right, so measurements, not hard. Now we turn it around this way because this will be the front of our card. So, when I score down, I like to fold that down. All right, so let's just fold all the ones going in the same direction and give them a little burnish. So I'm surprised you haven't done this already. And if you have already, I apologize because I didn't ever see it. But I thought this was definitely right up your alley. This little one, I want to fold that up. and easy. So you see how it's starting to already form our bay window, right? So let's put our white piece on the inside first. And let me make sure this is cut the right. Yep. All right. Now the fact that I'm going to glue this down, don't worry about it. If you wanted to cut a smaller piece of white, since some of this is going to get covered up, go for it. But for me, it's just too much trouble. It's easier just to cut these all 4 by 5 1/4. All right. Now I'm going to put glue on this panel, just like, remember I said, just like you're going to make a book fold card. We're going to glue that down flat. And we need our other little piece. Now I'm going to take my designer paper pieces and, hey, wait a minute, something isn't right. 3/4, 1, 1 1/2, 1. This is not 3/4. I must have thrown the wrong piece away when I was cutting that. All right, let me trim this. I can just tell looking at it already. It's not right. All right, 3/4. I don't feel like digging through the paper pack. All right, let's hope for the best here. That looks more like it. All right, so we've got our 3/4 piece. So first 3/4 inch, it's going to go right here. Now, this is not double layering, so I'm just, it's a 1/4 inch border. This is a 1 1/4 by, no, 1 by 4 1/4. So our layer is 3/4 by 4. If you wanted to add like a slightly bigger layer of cardstock, go for it. This, I think, is going to work just fine. Then we put our 1 inch piece. And I did cut the all the other pieces for the next cards. I just wanted to show you. And that, I took 1 sheet of 6 by 6 designer paper. I cut it down at 4 first, and then I just cut it across. 3/4, 1, 1 1/2, 1. And then I messed up the last one. All right. And then we'll do this. And then our last piece, we're going to glue on our designer paper onto our strip that is 1 by 4 1/4. And we need to attach this. So let's bring in our ladybug one again so I can show you. So remember I said this part is raised up because that's what's going to latch our card and fold or make our bay window. So we want to pop this up with foam tape. Now this little 1/4 inch strip, so I can put foam tape all the way up until that 1/4 inch strip because it needs to be able to tuck under there, right? So let me get my, let's just get this, and I'm going to run it down, boop, like right here. And where's my other scissors? And you could do dimensionals, you could do foam tape if you have it. Just pop this up. All right, and then we'll do a little bit of glue. Now you want this to go edge to edge. All right, you want it at the very edge here and here. So we need to center it. And remember this part closer to the fold because we want that to tuck. That's our tuck spot. All right, eyeballing. That looks good. And there you go. Easy. So now I want to add just a little bit. I die cut a piece from, this is from the He's All That dies. I wasn't sure what I wanted to, I think I'm going to go with this. And I wanted to use Greetings. One of my new favorite sets, Layering Leaves. You guys, I love all the greetings. So what was I going to put on here? I think Thinking of You will fit. And thank you so much, Fitz. Best wishes, Fitz. I think I'm going to go with the thinking of you. Indecisions, indecision. Actually, let's do sending hugs. And then all I'm going to do to doll this one up is cut out some of these flowers. So I did not get the flower set. Oops, that's stuck. That goes with the these papers. I just wasn't a total fan, and I thought if I need anything, I'll just cut them out. Right? All right, so let's do this. And we'll do Flirty Flamingo, which is still in the brights. Still getting used to the new color order of things, the new families. All right. All right, let's hope that's good. All right, let me clean this off. Yeah, this stamp set is Rachel Tessman's $1 Million set. And I just love it because it matches a punch. So we're going to do more with this in the coming months. And I just love the greetings, the mix. I always like a mix of fonts, like print and cursive. All right, so I want to put this, and you can have this hanging off a little bit. I'm going to do this one down flat, and then pop up the flower. So let's cut these flowers out real quick. And I just want 2 of them. And I'm not going to worry about any leaves. But I do want to glue these. So I want to glue these on some white, basic white, just so it's a little bit sturdier, the flowers, when I'm cutting them. It's definitely easier just to cut designer paper, but then they'll be floppy on the card. So take your, not glue, take your whatever adhesive runner you have. Put that there. And another one here. All right, that'll work. Then we're just going to trim this. All right. So, yeah, I love these bay window cards. I don't know why I thought they were so daunting when I've seen them like maybe a year or so ago. But I think they're making a comeback because I'm seeing them around a lot more. And the fact that they're so much easier than I expected. All right, let's do that. See, easy. Sending hugs. All right, who am I going to send this to? Like I said, I got to find somebody that's going to know how to set this up. And I know this is kind of like a real bay window. You would be looking out, like, you know, this way. You would be inside your house, and this is your bay window poking out. But it's just to get the idea, right? And everybody knows when they see it, like, oh, yeah, bay window. We had one, the first house, the house I grew up in, and it had a lovely view of the back of our camper that was parked in the driveway. So, nice. All right, so let's do this. I feel like I could put a little bit of, because this is Daffodil Delight and Flirty Flamingo. And I just got my new markers, but let me just take a daffodil marker and just do some, because this is too plain and boring, right? Let's do a little, just Lemon Lolly, Daffodil Delight Light. Let's just do some little squiggles, like squiggle, dot, dot, squiggle, dot, dot, squiggle, dot, dot. Maybe 3 dots. just to give it something interesting around the edge. There is a little raised up bit around the edge. Oh, it doesn't want to go back in right. But just so it's not as stark and white, you know? Yeah, Sue, I think you definitely should do this. And yeah, they're much easier than you think. All right, so I only want to put glue kind of in the middle on this. So I'm going to glue this one down flat. And if it bothers you that, like when you're mailing it, everything's off center. So like here, let's look at the lady one. It's kind of off to the right, but that's just because it's centered when it's in place. Like you're just going to have to get over that part. All right, and then we'll pop these up. Ooh, that's really big. I guess that can hang off like that. So let's set it up and then we'll see where do we want to put these. I should have cut a smaller one. All right, or I can hang that off there and then have the little one down here. All right, so dimensionals. So I definitely want to pop that up. Can I go that way? Actually, let's do this. So then I'm covering up. I've got more room to work with. Yep. All right, so I want dimensionals here. And really, this is only using one piece of 6x6 paper. And then you would have some extra little bits left. I can get one more dimensional for maybe if you wanted to put something like on the inside. But, you know, we all have plenty of paper. And especially with that paper sale coming up, we may have even more. All right, that's close, but that's okay. And then put these up here. And then some gems. And then this one will be done. Now, I would probably also go back. Let me make sure that's not sticking out. Nope, it is sticking out a little bit because I don't want my dimensional. If my dimensional was poking out when I went to lay it flat, it wouldn't want to sit right. Okay. You know, it would want to stay stuck over there. All right, let's do a little bit of Winkostella too. And I'm just going to put it on the whole thing just because that's easier. But really, you might want to just do like the white lines on these flowers. But what's wrong with shimmer all over? Nothing. All right. I love it. All right. So many new gems, but I know I don't have anything that's Flirty Flamingo or Daffodil. So, ooh. You know what? I've got these. So I can use these gold ones. Let's do that. Where's my little thing? I can put one here, one here. We'll do a big one. So these are the, this is what I used last week with the napkin cards. Iridescent pastel gems. And the colors are gold, balmy blue, and calypso coral. Nice. I could just fold this down. And you could go off to the side with your gems. Like I did that here all over with the butterfly one. And that's cool too. All right, let's put one right there. And we might as well do a big one. I love it. All right, so that's our first one with all the designer paper pieces the same. Now let's look at one that's a little bit different. So this time I want, and actually let me draw this out. So not to scale, obviously. We've got our middle piece, our side piece, and then our end pieces. So we just did all these the same. Now let's mix it up and have these two the same, then these two the same, then the middle will be different. All right, so we're going to bring in Night of Navy. Now, these papers are not around anymore, but I still have a ton of them. So we're going to do Night of Navy, and then these are the Bayside papers. So we're going to do our end pieces, our middle piece, and then our second middle, or whatever you call that. 2 and 4 are the same. So 1 and 5 same, 2 and 4 the same, and then the middle. And then I've got my Night of Navy 1 by 4 1/4, and then our piece, our card base. So 4 1/4 by 11 again, and I'm going to do the scoring every time, and then you'll all have it memorized. So we're going to start with a 1/4 inch. Okay, 1/4 inch. And I covered up my notes. Then we're going to go 4 1/2. Then flip your paper over towards you. And then we'll go back in at 1 1/2, 3 1/4, and 5 1/2. Okay, easy peasy. And then we'll make all our fold marks. And I will twist and turn this all different ways until I get all my score marks folded. And, you know, these fit, obviously, in a regular medium envelope. All right, so we've got our base already popping up. It's like it wants to pop up into the shape that we want. So, awesome. All right, let's do our inside, 4 by 5 1/4. All right, and then I'm going to glue this one panel down, just like a book fold card. And hold that there for a minute and take a drink of water. Now this time, for this one, I'm going to use the sea turtle set because it's cute and I want to use the little guy. All right, so we've got that. Now let's glue all our designer papers on. And if these were supposed to go in a certain direction, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it matters for these ones. Oh wait, this goes on our 1 inch piece. And this one was great because I had just a few, I had some scraps left. Like this was just from 3 pieces of scraps. So I didn't use an entire piece. And we've all got some of those paper packs that we have. We're down to just scraps. All right, now I think that's not lined up the best, but it's okay. All right, get that on. And then our middle piece. Now, if you wanted to have just a white piece on your front or your center or even on the sides really and do some stamping, I mean, go for it. I just think the designer paper is a quick fill for the area. You know, it fills in all that color. All right. Oh my God, I love it. All right, where'd that foam go? So again, I want to keep like a 1/4 inch open so that we can tuck that flap under there. Okay. Let's peel this up and we'll add, if I can peel it up, there we go. Add some glue. Then I'm going to drag that punch back in. Okay, so remember, we want it, let's hold that down. We want it flush on this side and both these sides. So just be careful laying it down. And if it's hanging over a little bit, you just trim it Okay. And that goes right in there. I love it. Okay. So what was I going to do? I think, oh yeah, here, this punch. So this decorative circle punch. So I want to do that as my base. And I'm going to take the, whatever this image is. And these colors are what? Mint, Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Mint Macaron, which I don't have anymore, Night of Navy, Petal Pink, Pool Party. So we can go Coastal Cabana and Balmy Blue, and then some Night of Navy, because my sea turtle has to have some color too. So I think I'm going to go Balmy Blue. Let me look at that again. Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, and Pool Party. All right, let's pull these. Coastal Cabana. And then Balmy Blue and Pool Party. Pool Party and Balmy Blue. All right, so I think Turtle Guy is going to be in, let's do these two colors, and then we'll do Balmy Blue for, no, let's do Pool Party. I'm like, which one is a little bit more green? I know it's Coastal Cabana, but all right, let's do this right across here. So this is Pool Party. All right. And this is just to give it some interesting bit. All right, let's wipe this. And then we'll stamp a turtle. And I've got the flat side up first. So, and actually I've got, ooh, yeah, let's do stamp off. Cute. All right, let's do 2. Just to, in case I need to. You know, usually groups of 3, but there's not a whole lot of room. We don't need to worry about groups of 3. We'll have 3 gems. How about that? All right, so Balmy Blue finished. And I think I'm going to do my greeting in Night of Navy. So then that'll tie in the background. Okay, and then we'll do our top of our, oh, this is going to be so cute. So Coastal Cabana. Oh, I like it. And Balmy Blue. Ooh, I kind of messed that one up. Wah, wah. All right. I'm over it. All right, let's wipe this off. And then, so a greeting, I can really put something like right here and have this up here as the background, and then have our turtles. All right, so let me just cut these out real quick. Yeah, so you probably have ideas swirling in your head already about what you could do with this. I like how you take a fun fold and then you make a whole bunch ahead of time, like to show after. Lots of possibilities. Oh, and how about Gail's, all the cards she did Sunday with the paper pumpkin kit? Yeah. Very inspiring. I haven't wanted to cut cards apart from the paper pumpkin kit in a long time. But these, you know, it's printed on the front and the back of the cards. It just seems so wasteful not to cut them apart. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. Plus, it's got all those new in colors, which I am a fan of. I know not everybody's into the earthy colors. Yeah, there's not going to be much white border around this turtle because I really messed him up. Yeah, let me get that off of there. These guys are definitely going to need some Winkostella. Or even, just to make them glossy. I might do that later. Paint their bodies with crystal effects because I still have some. And then I'll have to let it dry. Ooh, I like it. I like it. All right, and then we can have this. And I wanted to use a greeting, a smaller one from Inked and Tiled. I really like this. I didn't get the dies with this. No, wait, this one comes with a punch that I am not really a fan of, but I like all the greetings. And I like this style of flowers and leaves. So, you know, you don't always have to get the bundle if you don't like it. Nobody is forcing. All right, let's do happy birthday. Ooh, no, you know what? Let's do hello, friend. Because I know exactly who I'm sending this to. All right, let's do little. And I'm going to stamp it first because if I don't get it exactly straight, I can turn this piece. All right, and then like I said, Night of Navy. And right there. And that should be fine. Ooh, yeah, I like it. Over top of that pool party. Very cool. All right, so I'm going to glue this down on top of our bay window. And I wasn't paying attention to to make this even, you know, to make this like the North Star and South. Doesn't matter. I just want my words to be straight now. So I'm going to glue this down flat and try to get that. Yeah, so that looks, the words look straight. Now this time I got to put the turtles over here because my greeting's over here. So it's just a matter of where it's going to fit, right? All right, let's do some. Where'd my dimensionals go? Yeah, Sherry, I love them. I have always been like brown, orange, greens. I love them, but something about even the pebbled path, and I'm not really a fan of blue so much, contrary to what you see here, but the boho blue's wearing on me, at least as far as mixing and matching the in colors. All right, these guys are both flying up or swimming up. Oh, so stinking easy for this. Okay. I love it. So we've got our bay window popped up, and let's put some gems. I got a whole bunch of new gems and nothing really that is the right shade of blue. So you know what we're going to go for is good old-fashioned iridescent rhinestones. And let's do a bunch. Let's do some here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's really push it. We'll do a little one, and that's like right on the edge. A big one. Another big one up here. A medium one right here, and then another little one. And I got glue on me, but that's okay. All right, so I like it with all the sparkly bits. And I am going to go back and just cover their shells with Crystal Effects, so that'll be shiny. And I love it. All right, and let's do our next one, our last one, actually. So I wanted to show you 3 different ways. The first way was having all your designer paper the same. The next one, what we just did was same, different. Now the third one, we want to have the outer 2 the same, and then this you will cut from the same sheet so you have a continuous image. All right, so, and we're actually using the paper pumpkin kit. And I cut some. All right, so I've got Very Vanilla for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. We're doing, this is copper clay. What is this for? Oh, that is for my greeting. I forgot. Hey, Julie. Oh, we got a card class. It sounds fun, though. So we're doing our last card. I only did 3 tonight. But sorry, base, copper clay. Now for the side pieces, instead of designer paper, I cut the strips still 3/4 inch by 4, but I embossed them with the timber folder so they look like wood paneling, because we totally had wood paneling on the side of our bay window. So we're going to glue that, and I want it like the ridges down. So that's going to get glued on there. Then we'll have this piece. Now our centerpiece, I took, and I want to make sure these are not in the right order. This is one of the cards from the paper pumpkin kit. So I just cut it down, and then I started at 4, and I cut this one 1, 1.5, and then 1, so that, you know, together these pieces still make the right seam. Okay, so that's how I got those. And let's do our scoring real quick. So we've got 4 1/4 by 11 is our base, and we're going to score at 1/4 inch. Then 4.5. Then we flip our paper towards us, and we're going to score at 1.5, 3 1/4, and then 5.5. All right. And then we're going to fold. We turn around. This is the front of our card. So let's make all our fold marks and score them. Julie, you got to post pictures of the cards you made if you want to share. That would be awesome. All right, let's do this and this. And then this one folds up. This is our little flap that's going to hold everything in place. So we've got here. All right, let's take our piece for the inside. Is that the right size? Nope. This one. So very vanilla, 4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, I might make a bunch more of these with the paper pumpkin, because there are 3 different scenes, you know, on those pumpkin cards. All right, let's do that. And then we're going to glue down our flap. I like that this one kind of reminds me of a real bay window, even though you would be looking out, but you get the idea. All right, now we'll take our 2 side pieces. So again, see how the grooves are going down. So I want that. I don't want it the raised up bit, but it's up to you. And I just thought this reminded me mostly of wood paneling. All right, do that. And then we're going to glue this piece same way. This is on our strip. Okay. And then we want to attach this with foam tape. Again, I want to leave just, you know, this 1/4 inch piece unimpeded, like unblocked or whatever, unencumbered. And then we'll peel this off, add some glue. Oh, whoops, I didn't even get all that off. Okay. All right, a little bit of glue so we can have a little bit of wiggle room if I don't get this right. So flush, flush, flush on all 3 sides there. We want this all to the very edge. And this piece I can tell is hanging over a teensy bit, so I must not have cut it perfect. So I'm just going to take my scissors. Oh, it's just like a little sliver. But I could still see it. And over here. Okay. Now we're good. So now our little flap is going to tuck right in here, and that makes our bay window. Now let's go ahead and glue our pieces on. So we've got our side and our middle. Now this one, I'm really just going to put a greeting on it, because I want this scene really to Oh, look at that. I didn't cut this down to 4. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not the end of the world. I just have to, let me see, swipe this glue off. What did I trim this down to? Maybe 5.5. All right, let's wipe that off. And let's drag this up. So now I'm just gonna have to remember I've got to cut from the same direction. All right, so this has to be 4 inches, and this is the bottom. So, oh, I had it 4.5. Well, that's dumb. All right, so 4 inches, then the middle 4 inches, and then our other side bit 4 inches. Okay. Phew, crisis averted. Yes, Sue, all the big words. For sure. Now I can't remember what big word I said. All right. Now I know that was the right piece because it had the glue on it. Oh man, look at this. With this copper clay. I love it. And actually, you know what? I stamped a greeting because I made a prototype the other night and I used Mossy Meadow. I may just grab that and find it. Oh, it's probably right in front of me. All right, let's put this down. I love it. All right, I know I've got it right here. Aha. So I did happy birthday. Actually, let me show you the first one. So this was my prototype for this card. So a little different scene. So I like these trees better, I think. The mountain's okay. But I stamped the happy birthday. Like I inked it up. This was from the paper pumpkin stamp. So I inked up just the happy and stamped it and cleaned it. Then stamped just the birthday and stamped it. And I didn't get it perfect, but I got it good enough. I like that. I like this one too. I think I broke it up because I didn't want it to just be like a whole thing right across there, you know? But you get the idea. And then I'll finish that with some gold metallic gems. I'm trying to think. The bronze would look good too. Let me grab these. No, you know what? You get the idea. We can actually be done 10 minutes early. Hey, Di. So let's look at our, I'll just bring back all the ones we made, okay? After I get this pin in my glue. All right, so we've got our paper pumpkin alternative. We've got our sea turtles. And we've got our flowers from the Hello Irresistible. And then we've got the other two that I made ahead of time. These are the Butterfly Kisses and Hello Ladybug. This was the first one. I'm kind of partial to that. So, yeah, Di, these two right here, I took one of the cards from the paper pumpkin kit and cut it apart. All right. And you'll go back. I wrote all the measurements down, and I will have my blog updated in the next couple days. So yeah, it's actually, yeah, because it's a holiday weekend. It's a long weekend, and we don't have anything better to do. So I'll probably get this updated Saturday with my blog with all the measurements and everything. But yeah, I hope you, once you get these measurements, like have at it. And I may try to figure out one that is, like this is landscape, you know, cross. I may try to figure out one that'll go that way. It would just be maybe a skinnier bay window. Like the windows will be more oblong. Yeah. I'm going to see. It may suck. Who knows? But I'm going to give it a try and see how it works. All right. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you found at least 1 or 2 ideas that you want to give a try. All right. And then next weekend, I mean, not next weekend, next Thursday is the first Thursday of my month. So if you're new to my channel, I do a monthly virtual workshop, first Thursday of every month. Okay. And next week I'm going to use stargazing, which is the, I was torn between stargazing and the layering leaves that I just used earlier. I love the bright colors, and I'm not into like astronauts or space or anything, but the papers are so pretty, and I love the astronaut. It reminds me of the MTV commercial, you know? So whoever grew up with MTV, like, we get it. So that'll be next Thursday. All right, so just tune in for that. And Sue will be on. Are you going to be on tomorrow, Sue? So Cruising Through Ink, Sue Cruz. She is usually Friday nights at 8. So let's look for her. And then Sunday, I think Gail will be on. So thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Di. Thanks, Julie. All right, you guys, have a great weekend and a good rest of your night. And I would love to see what you all are making. All right, so share, share, share. Thanks.